Welcome to the McComb City Railroad Depot Museum. Not many towns owe their very existence to a single industry, but when Colonel Henry Simpson McComb established his railroad repair shops 100 miles north of New Orleans in 1872, a city was born. From its humble beginnings in the 19th century to its eventual closure in 1987, the railroad shops not only served as the regional hub of transportation and commerce for the people of McComb, it brought a better way of life to thousands of its workers and their families as the area's largest employer. Hi, I'm Walt Grayson. And though the repair shops are no longer with us, the railroad's considerable impact is still felt today, as more than a dozen freight and passenger trains make their way north and south through McComb every day, moving people and material along the way to their final destinations. For area residents, as well as McComb natives who now make their homes elsewhere, the cherished memories of the city and the railroad shops live on in this historic and award-winning railroad museum. Established in 2001, it contains over 1,000 artifacts with extensive private collections of railroad memorabilia, historic photographs, equipment, and original documents. It serves as a tangible means of preserving the story of McComb and, in so doing, remembering its proud heritage. The depot building itself, built in 1901, is one of almost 6 buildings in McComb's Depot District that are on the National Register of Historic Places. Typical of the design of early 20th century railroad station, its large doors, ramped entrances, and wide eaves allowed it to serve the dual functions of accommodating a high volume of both freight and passenger traffic. Inside the depot, you can explore the inner workings of the repair shops, which for more than a century maintained a sprawling industrial complex encompassing 64 acres, the primary function of which was to provide maintenance and support for the trains and the rail transportation system for the Illinois Central Railroad's self-proclaimed main line of mid-America, with fabled names like the City of New Orleans and the Panama Limited, rumbling their way through McComb and into the cultural fabric of America. In 2009, the museum was selected to host Journey Stories, a Smithsonian exhibit highlighting the importance of the railroad and the migration of the American people. And staffed by local volunteers, this historic exhibit personalized the experiences of generations of Americans who traveled the rails in pursuit of a better life in an expanding land of greater opportunity. The 6-week event attracted thousands of visitors, and its success garnered the museum the coveted Award of Excellence from the Humanities Council. From these stories, and many others that were contributed during the exhibit, visitors learned about the railroad's influence, not only fueling the industrial and commercial growth and prosperity of the towns in its path, but in playing an integral role in spreading the cultural influences spawned from the music and stories that rail travel inspired.
She blow, Lord, Lord, hear that whistle when she blow. Oh, she blow like she never blowed before. Blow like she never blowed before. Lord, Lord.
Before the development of the interstate highway system, blues, jazz, folk, and country music artists traveled up and down the line from New Orleans to Chicago, with stops performing all along the way in cities large and small: St. Louis, Memphis, Jackson, McComb, and so many other cities along these very rails serving as a convenient touring route for professional singers, musicians, and songwriters. Playing at local clubs and venues, these musical artists left a lasting influence on an evolving American popular culture. By some estimates, more than 1,000 different songs with a reference to railroads have been recorded, and in every musical genre. Perhaps no other region in the world and no other industry in the world has had such a profound effect on shaping American music as an art form. The rail system's first locomotives were powered by steam generated from the burning of coal. A massive concrete coal chute to supply fuel was built in McComb in the late 1940s and still stands today just north of the overhead bridge connecting State Street to Pearl River Avenue. Constructed to replace a wooden structure that was destroyed by fire, the remarkably preserved condition of the concrete chute is, in part, attributed to its brief operation, as just as it opened for use, the coal-powered steam engine gave way to the more efficient and durable diesel-powered plant for locomotives, making this structure functionally obsolete. Today, it serves as a uniquely recognizable landmark to greet rail passengers to McComb, and is a lasting reminder of the steam-powered era. The museum's outdoor train display includes steam engine 2542, a 200-ton locomotive with 8 drive wheels, manufactured in the IC's Paducah, Kentucky shops. It is perhaps one of the best examples of the mountain-type steam locomotive known to exist. Visitors can enjoy touring an impressive line of antique rail cars behind the engine, among them an executive office car built in 1883 and used by railroad management as their working office while on the road. Also included in the display is a rare railway post office car, constructed in 1914, and which delivered mail along the local line to small and obscure stations. Only 3 RPO cars, as they were commonly called, are known to still exist. A one-of-a-kind refrigerator car, made of aluminum and manufactured right here in the McComb shops, takes its place in line. And, of course, the familiar red caboose, one of the more recognizable railroad symbols of the bygone era. Always a popular attraction for the thousands of tourists who visit each year, this cupola-style caboose was built in IC's Centralia, Illinois shops in 1966 and was the largest class of caboose manufactured. The wrecker car completes the exhibit with its massive crane capable of lifting 250 tons, used to clear derailments and to place overturned rail cars back on track and back into operation. Located between the depot building and the train display is a walkway containing a brick memorial with names of railroad workers, past and present, etched into bricks, that have been purchased in their honor or memory. Many familiar names can be found among the hundreds of bricks, some containing the years of service of the worker, and perhaps the particular job title proudly listed in tribute to their life's work. The Brick Memorial is not only a popular attraction that provides a funding source for the museum, but is a permanent and symbolic reminder of the bonds shared by those workers and their families over many generations. Throughout its existence, the museum has enjoyed substantial support from the community, as countless volunteers and contributors have donated their time and financial resources to its operation, growth, and expansion. Originally housed in the southernmost end of the depot, the museum expanded in 2014 to occupy all areas of the depot with the exception of the Amtrak passenger waiting room, which still serves as a departure and arrival station for those preferring the more leisurely and relaxing pace of rail travel. Individuals, businesses, civic groups, and the city of McComb have all contributed to providing the museum with the essential equipment and furnishings to the newly expanded depot area. Among the contributors is the local chapter of Rotary International. Founded in 1932 and with almost 100 active members today, the Rotary Club of McComb became a major benefactor in the museum's expansion in 2014 with a financial gift of $40,000, as well as a commitment from its members to continue to support by adopting the Railroad Museum as its long-term service project. This ongoing supportive partnership will ensure that the museum will have ample resources contained in the Rotary Tourism Room, as well as the necessary volunteers to host special museum events and to ensure that visitors will enjoy their museum experience for generations to come. If you'd like to join our organization, please consider becoming a friend of the museum with a $25 annual fee for individuals or $40 per family. Perhaps you'd also like to purchase a brick in honor of or in memory of a relative or friend who worked for the railroad. Information concerning the purchase of a brick can be found during the course of your tour or by accessing the form found on our Facebook page. Once again, we welcome you to the McComb City Railroad Depot Museum. We hope you enjoy your tour and will visit us again.